Thanks again for joining me. I'm Brad Alexander, and you are on the Brad Car Guy channel on YouTube. Appreciate you tuning in. We've been discussing foundations for sales, and I realized we had never really laid that first foundation, the initial foundation, which is answering a simple question. What is a car guy? And you may be thinking, duh, car guy sells cars. Car guy works in the car business in some way. Fixes them, sells parts. Well, you'll have to excuse me if I disagree with you. I don't believe just because someone has sales and leasing consultant on their business card that means they're a car guy. Any more than someone wearing a paper hat and a name tag goes to work at Wendy's as a hamburger. There's a lot more to it than that. And I gave this question a lot of consideration many years ago, about 11 years ago. I was having a discussion with my then general manager, and we were talking about the career paths of a couple of our employees who we thought would progress and be promoted and those types of things. And he pointed out one specific person, and he said, well, he's just not going to go anywhere in this business. This isn't a career for him. He's not a car guy. And I looked at him a little bit funny, and he said, you know what I mean. You're a car guy, Brad. You know. And then the conversation continued. I think he might have went on for another 10 or 15 minutes or so. I'm not really sure, because to be honest with you, I never heard another word he said. What resonated through my mind and in my brain was echoing the phrase, you're a car guy, Brad. You're a car guy, Brad. You're a car guy, Brad. I didn't know, first of all, what he meant by that, what his impression of what's a car guy, his definition. I wasn't quite sure if I knew what my definition of a car guy was, what the public's perception of a car guy was, and then furthermore, if I'm a car guy, is that what I am now for the rest of my life? Is that my label that I wear? Am I in that little niche, and that's me? So I had to answer some questions, and it took me a little while. It took me some time to wrap my head around it. And what I knew was I was not a car guy in the sense of the negative stereotypes, the slick-suited, fork-tongued, double-talking, say anything to make a deal, take advantage of people to make a buck, and then laugh about it with my buddies at the bar while I drink up all my profits. That wasn't me. That isn't me. And by God's grace, that never will be me. So I knew I didn't fit that mold. And that isn't a car guy to me. But after taking the time that I did and doing the soul searching, if you will, I determined that I was, in fact, a car guy. And my definition of a car guy, I think, is really the only definition. And I think when you listen to what I say, when we get to the end, you'll agree with me. I don't think you can subtract anything from my definition, but you may be able to add some things to it, and I'm fine with that. First and foremost, a car guy, that's not a gender-specific term, okay? That applies to men and women in the car business, car guy. Most importantly, a car guy conducts themselves with integrity. And integrity is, in a nutshell, doing the right thing even when nobody's looking. Even when anybody around doesn't know any better, you still do the right thing. And there's no such thing as having a little bit of integrity. You either got it or you don't. It's like being pregnant. You're either pregnant or you're not. You're not a little bit or sort of or kind of pregnant. You either are or you ain't. So, we got that down. A car guy is proud of what they do, proud of where they do it, and proud of how they do it and how they conduct themselves when they do their business. And you should never be embarrassed or ashamed of what you do. And if someone asks you, hey, where do you work? What do you do? And you say, ABC Motors. Where do you work? ABC Motors. Oh, ABC Motors, nice. Okay, yeah, what do you do over there? So, cars. I'm sorry, what do you do? So, cars. Be proud of what you do. If you do your job well, if you do it right, what do you got to be ashamed of? Don't be. Be proud of what you do, where you do it, and how you do it. Okay? You shouldn't be embarrassed or ashamed of what you do if you do it with integrity and you do well at it. So, there's some basics to the answer of what a car guy is. I'll tell you that car guys, many have come from all walks of life. A lot of us, life has thrown a curveball at, or a series of curveballs at, and we grabbed onto this business like a life raft. And you hold on to it, and some of us, we get in, like me, thinking this is a sidestep. You know, this will hold me off till something bigger and better comes up. And 16 years later, here I am, still doing it. So there's a lot of different things that go into being a car guy. We've almost without exception, we've faced some bumps and bruises in our lives. We've got our skin thickened through the school of hard knocks, and we've chosen to get in this business and provide for ourselves and our families in it. So a day in the life of a car guy, we wake up every day, and the only two things that we have are opportunity and possibility. That's it. There's no guarantees. It's commission sales. There's no paycheck just for clocking in today. You go in, you got to produce. You get paid for what you produce. And so we go in knowing that there's a very real possibility we could put in a 10, 12, 16-hour day and come home with empty pockets. Not make a dime for it. Putting in all that time. That's reality. And yet we go in, and we go in with a positive attitude, ready to help people out, ready to assist, ready to meet people's needs and try and help them. Better their situation, better their vehicle, whatever their needs are, we want to be there to meet them. And so we go to work knowing this. And our clientele, for the most part, comes in and they don't like us and they don't trust us and they don't believe us. And so we've got to be able to get those walls to come down so they'll allow us to meet their needs. They'll allow us to at least attempt to do our jobs and try and find a vehicle that meets their needs, meets their budget, meets with dealership approval, and, oh yeah, by the way, meets with bank approval too, depending on which way the wind is blowing, and are they being aggressive, are they being passive, are they buying deep, or are they not buying at all? So we've got all those things to contend with, and then of course you've got your co-workers, some trying to pick your pocket. You've got managers berating you and belittling you in front of your co-workers, and then you've got the banks turning down deals that in your mind makes no sense why they would turn it down. So that's how our day begins. Welcome to the car business. And again, our clientele, when we meet them, they've already got preconceived ideas about us. We are guilty. We are guilty of the sins of all who have gone before us, all the salespeople who have gone before us, and some who will go beyond us. We're guilty of their sins. They hold us responsible for anything that has ever been said or done wrong at a car dealership that involves them, their family, or their friends, or something they may have seen on the news. You're that guy. Even though you've never met them before, they don't like you. So you've got to be able to break down those barriers, get the customers to open up to you, gain a little bit of their trust so that hopefully you can earn their business and earn your keep and your pay. And that's the other thing about car guys. We do the things we do, and we do them well. We do them with integrity, and we do not believe profit is a four-letter word. Profit's a good thing. Profit keeps the wheels of commerce going. So it's definitely a good thing, and it's a necessity. You can do it. You can do this job and do it well and make a good living. make a great lifestyle for yourself if you choose to. So that's how things work for a car guy. And what I want to let you know is, don't just call the people you work with car guys, because they may not be. You may be giving somebody a compliment that they haven't earned and that they do not deserve by calling them that. We pay our dues and we continue to do things the right way. That's what a car guy is. And I hope if you're watching this, you're either a car guy or you aspire to be a car guy. It's not the easiest business. It is stressful. It is difficult. And there are a lot of hurdles that you have to overcome and a lot of stress and anxiety that you deal with. This is the life that I've chosen. I hope that you choose it too, and I hope that you choose to do it well and that you choose to be a car guy. Again, I'm Brad Alexander. Appreciate you watching the video, The Foundations for Sales. One of my books, The Paint Won't Lick Itself, talks more about what it means to be a car guy and a lot of other things. The Paint Won't Lick Itself, it's available at lulu.com, Lulu.com. Got other books available there too. I wish you the best and good selling to you. Be a car guy and be blessed. Thanks.